We are going to build confidence on our yoga mat today. Good morning, friends. I am Katie Arnold. Welcome to my channel. And today's practice is a morning solar plexus yoga practice to build confidence for the day ahead. We are going to fire on our solar plexus chakra, fire on that core to build confidence to take into our days ahead, to create that personal power, that ability to work and stay motivated. And this is a great class. I think you guys are really going to love it. And this is one of those opportunities where I really get to show you that we can get a great yoga practice in 20 minutes, in under half an hour. So I love a long, juicy practice, but we all don't have that kind of time in our days and in our schedules. And this practice today is to help you realize that you can show up on your mat and not have to give a huge amount of time. And this practice is a great way to show you how to do that. You do not need any props for your practice today. So if your mat is not already rolled out, go ahead and roll it out and meet me right back here. All right, friends, so we're gonna get started in a child's pose, bringing your knees about as wide as your yoga mat, big toes towards one another. Just walk those arms out in front of you, letting your forehead rest down onto your mat. And just inviting yourself into this practice. Letting the belly rest in between the thighs. Seeing if you can leave behind whatever came before this. Releasing whatever may be coming next. Instead, just inviting yourself into this present moment on our mat here together. Starting to connect our breath. Breathing in through the nose. Exhaling back out through the nose. Inhaling through the nose. Feeling that constriction at the back of your throat. Exhale back out through your nose. Inhaling through your nose. Keeping this nose to nose breathing. Inhaling up to a neutral tabletop position. Wrists underneath our shoulders, knees underneath our hips. So this is our tabletop position. And then inhale, reach that right arm forward, like you're about to shake somebody's hand. And then exhale, send that left leg back behind you. Take a breath in, reaching long from those right fingertips all the way through the heel of that left foot. Pull that core up and in. One more big inhale breath. Exhale, crunch knee to elbow. Inhale, length and extend. Exhale, crunch it together. Inhale, lengthen. One more time this side. Exhale, crunch it together, pulling that belly in. Inhale, extend long. Exhale, tabletop position. Taking that over to the other side. Inhale that left arm forward like you're about to shake somebody's hand. Exhale, sending that back leg, that right leg back behind you. So first taking a breath or so to find our balance, to find that stability, right? That length through the spine. Big inhale breath. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch it together. Inhale, extend. One more time, elbow and knee meet. Inhale, extend. Exhale, tabletop position. Inhale, drop that belly, lift your gaze, cow pose. Exhale, belly button to spine, chin to chest for cat. Inhale through cow, heart shines forward, gaze pulls forward. Exhale through cat, let that spine round, pulling up towards the ceiling. Inhale, belly drops. Exhale, spine rounds. Inhale through cow. Exhale through cat. One more round, cow pose. Exhale, round that spine for cat pose. Inhale through your tabletop position. Curl your toes under. Pressing into those hands. Just start to lift the knees up off of the mat. Just about an inch or two. Our hovering, our floating tabletop position. And really feel that core fire on. Using our power, our strength to hold us here, pressing the mat away. Take one more big inhale breath. Exhale, let your hips go up and back, downward facing dog. So it's our first downward facing dog of class. So find that stability. Find that downward facing dog that feels really nice here. Maybe start to pedal out those feet. Bending one knee and bending the other. Walking out your downward facing dog, getting any movements that you need to start this practice, to bring the legs into the practice. As it feels good to you, start to find some stillness. Let the heels pull down towards your mat. Think about pressing the chest back towards your thighs, gazing in between your legs. Big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale, shift it forward to a high plank. Palms pressing into the mat, heels pulling towards the back of our space. Big breath in. Exhale, hips go back, downward facing dog. Inhale that right leg high behind you, three-legged dog. Exhale, step that right foot through in between your hands, low lunge. And then inhale, sweeping both arms up, finding our crescent. So my right knee is tracking over my right ankle. Energy up through the fingertips. Tuck those low ribs in. We have a tendency to kind of jut them forward. So engage that core and feel them tuck. Big breath in. Big breath out. One more inhale. Exhale, spin that back heel down. Open up to our warrior two pose. So arms are coming to a T, gazing over that front middle finger. Our hips now open up towards the long edge of our mat. Shoulders can drop down the back. Big breath in. Big breath out. Flip that front palm. Inhale, reach up and back, reversing your warrior. Exhale, side angle. Let that right elbow come down. Left arm is going to reach high. And so reaching up through those left fingertips, engaging that core. So that right elbow might be resting down on that right thigh, but you can notice I can just lift up my right arm and nothing changes in my upper body because I'm engaging my core. Big breath in, and maybe you reach both arms forward towards the front of your space, like you're holding a beach ball in between your hands. Core really fires on here if it's not already. Big breath in. Exhale, low lunge, hands framing that front foot, step it back to a high plank. Inhale, shift it forward. Either stay with straight legs or drop down onto your knees. Exhale, lower halfway down. Elbows staying close to the side of the body, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Heart shines forward, thighs are lifting up off of the mat. Exhale, roll over the toes, let your hips go back, downward facing dog. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. Notice if your breath got away from you. And then see if you can come back to that breath. Inhale, shift it forward, high plank pose. Feel that core fire on, feel that strength. Exhale, hips back, down dog. Inhale that left leg high. Exhale, step it through in between your hands. That low lunge is first. Build a solid foundation in the legs, and as you're ready, sweeping your arms up for crescent. Our high lunge. So we're on the ball of that back foot. There is balance happening in this posture. So if you feel like you're on a tightrope, Heel toe that left foot a little bit more to the left side of your mat, widening out that base. Big breath in. Exhale, spin that back heel down. Open up to your warrior two. Drop the shoulders down the back. Try to create that heel to arch alignment. So we could draw a line from the heel of that left foot all the way to the inside arch of that right. Big breath in. Big breath out. Flip that front palm. Inhale, reach up and back, reverse your warrior. Exhale, side angle pose, left elbow comes down, right arm reaching high. Taking that gaze wherever feels best to you. That might just be straight ahead. You might prefer down at your mat. If it feels okay in the neck, you might start to shift it up towards that right hand. Big breath in. Big breath out. Stay right here or start to create those beach ball arms, reaching both arms forward to the front of our space. Big inhale breath. Big exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, low lunge, hands framing that front foot and step it back to your high plank. Inhale, shift it forward. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Heart shines forward. Exhale, hips back, downward facing dog. Reconnect with that breath. Taking that through one more time on each side. Moving a little bit quicker. So moving with the pace of our breath. Our breath itself isn't going to change, but we're not going to hold each pose for as long. Inhale, shift it forward, high plank pose. Exhale it right back, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, step it through in between your hands. Inhale, reach it up for a crescent. Exhale, open up to that warrior two. Flip that front palm, inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle pose. Inhale, stay right here, create those beach ball arms. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, high plank and shift it forward. Exhale, lower halfway or all the way. Inhale, up dog, or you could take a cobra. Exhale, back downward facing dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale, shift it forward, high plank. Exhale, pull that low belly in, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step it through in between your hands. Inhale up for crescent. Exhale, open up warrior two. Flip that front palm. Inhale, reverse. Exhale is that side angle pose. Stay right here as you inhale, beach ball arms. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, high plank and shift it forward. Exhale, lower halfway or all the way. Inhale for your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale, shift it forward to your high plank. Exhale, hips back, downward facing dog. Inhale, shift it forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more time, inhale, shift it forward. Exhale, downward facing dog, and walk your hands to the back of your mat, forward fold back of our space. Bringing those feet about hips width distance, bring your hands to your shins. Inhale up halfway, lift long spine, flat back. Exhale and fold forward. Root down through those feet. Inhale, stand all the way up, sweeping the arms up and overhead. Exhale as your hands come down through heart center, pause. Feeling grounded and rooted on both feet, with all four corners planting down into the mat. Find your Jushti, a place to rest your gaze. And start to shift your weight over into that right foot. Bringing that left foot somewhere on the inside of that right leg. Coming into our tree pose. So it can be down at your ankle like a little kickstand. It can be on the inside of the calf. Maybe it comes all the way up on the inside of that thigh. Just avoiding putting that foot right over the knee. So we don't want to put pressure on our knee. And think about opening up those hips so that left knee pointing to the left side of our space. Hands can stay at heart center if this helps your balance. If you start to feel good in your balance, you might start to reach those arms up, finding our tree arms to go with our tree pose. If you fall out, knowing you can always come right back and meet us. If you're a little bit wobbly like I am today, let that be okay. Take one more breath in. Exhale, bringing that left foot back down to the mat. Hands come back through heart center. Full round of breath with both feet planted. And then starting to shift the weight over into that left foot. Finding your tree pose now with that left foot as our base. And maybe it's a little bit different than the other side, but finding what is available in your body today. Finding what feels good here. Opening up those hips. Finding that place to rest your gaze. And I like to think about pressing my standing leg back into my foot just as much as my foot presses into my standing leg. For me, when I think of that, I feel my entire core fire on. Hands can stay at heart center. At any point, you can grow your branches. Bring your hands back down to heart center. Release that right foot back down to the mat. Full round of breath. Inhale, sweeping those arms up nice and high. Exhale, hinging at your hips. Fold all the way back down. Inhale, up flat back. Exhale, walk it all the way out to a high plank pose. Big breath in. Exhale, lower your right forearm, your left forearm. Full round of breath. Take another round or two here. Really feeling that core fire on. Trying to create that long line of energy just like we do when our hands are pressed into the mat. One more big inhale breath. Exhale, drop the hips, the thighs. Let the tops of your feet come down onto the mat. Keep those forearms parallel with one another. Elbows underneath the shoulders or working their way underneath the shoulders, and shine that heart forward. This is our Sphinx pose. Our back bend for class today. Taking that gaze wherever feels best to you. Big inhale breath. Big exhale. 2 more rounds of breath. Lowering down, sliding your hands underneath your shoulders and pressing yourself up and back to a child's pose. Letting yourself rest. Reconnecting with your breath. And starting to roll yourself up to a seated position. Roll onto one hip. Swing your legs around in front of you. And we'll roll all the way down onto our backs for the remainder of class. Once you arrive, bringing the knees into your chest. Taking a few gentle rocks side to side. Maybe circling those knees. Switching the direction of those circles. Take a breath in at center. And then exhale, drop your knees over towards the right. Left arm out of the left shoulder. Gazing over that left shoulder if that feels good for you today. Inhaling back up through center. And exhale, dropping the knees over towards the left. Right arm out of the right shoulder. Taking that supine twist to the other side for 3 breaths. Inhaling up through center. And extending the legs out long on your mat. Letting your arms rest down beside you. Taking up as much space as feels good to you here. Getting out any of those final wiggles that you may need to. Allowing yourself to settle into a place of stillness, to integrate all of the work that we just did in that practice, to give your body and your mind and your soul permission to rest. This may be one of the only moments that you take all day today to rest. So invite that in. Take a big breath in, send it all the way down to the belly. Exhale, sigh it out. Start to wiggle fingers and toes. Maybe take a big good morning stretch, reaching long fingertips to toes. Rolling over onto your favorite side, coming into a fetal position. Just one more moment here to feel grounded and supported. As you're ready, pressing yourself up to an easy seat. Meeting me in that cross-legged position, sending your roots down, lifting up through the crown of your head. Take a big inhale breath, sweep those arms out nice and wide. Palms meeting overhead. Exhale, pull your hands down through heart center, gentle bow of the head. Thank you all so much for joining me. Om Shanti. Peace. Thank you all so much for being here. If you haven't already grabbed my free mindful movement class calendar, it is a whole month of yoga practices every single day to help meet you where your body is at. So I help teach you how to create a movement practice that is based on how you feel on any given day. So grab that at the link in the description below. If you haven't already liked this video, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment and let me know how this went for you or what you are working on in your practice, how I can better support you in your practice. And I will see you on your yoga mat for your next practice.